We're here at the White Memorial Foundation on Route 63 in Morris, and this is the site for their Stormwise Demonstration area. And Stormwise is a concept where the roadside forest is managed to protect the utility lines from trees falling on them. Normally the utility company only has an 8 to 12 foot influence area from the lines in which they can remove or trim trees. But a lot of the outages occur from trees outside that zone falling on the line. So the idea of this management was to thin out the forest along the roadside 100 feet back from the road and remove the obvious trees that are defect or dying or will fall on the line, and encourage trees that have wider canopies, shorter heights, and better root systems to withstand wind and snow loads, so that they no longer are a threat to the power lines. Also, the management has benefits wildlife by creating a more diverse layer of vegetation, different heights of vegetation, different types of vegetation, because it lets more sunlight onto the forest floor, which creates more tree growth and has a more variety of vegetation and tree sizes available for wildlife. This management also will generate some forest products from the removal of certain trees, and will help possibly pay for the activity of doing the management work. Here we can show the differences in the canopies between the Stormwise section and the control section. You can see just the density of the trees, the amount of taller trees that are in the control versus the cut portion, which we have trees that are shorter but have broader crowns, are more tolerant of the shade. We have more sugar maple in there, probably a little more beech and white pine in there, versus over on this side where we have a lot of ash, sugar maple that is dying, some birch and maple and red maple, oak. We're here on White Memorial's property. We're in a cutting method study area that is established in cooperation with the Connecticut Agricultural Experiment Station. It was established first in 1981, and that every 12 to 15 years a different cutting practice is done on 7 different plots within this area. Each plot is about 5 acres in size. And we're here what is called a silvicultural clear cut. And the idea of silvicultural clear cut is that you want to create an even age forest, and by doing that the forest is removed almost entirely, and then the forest floor is exposed to pretty much full sunlight, and trees that require full sunlight to regenerate are allowed to come through. If we look on the forest floor here, we have some oak seedlings here regenerating. We have some beech here, probably black birch. We have more oak here. We also have shrub growth of huckleberry coming in. We're here in one of the other cutting methods in this study area. This is called coppice with standards. This is an old European method of forest management. Coppice means sprouts from stumps. So it's primarily used for hardwood management, because hardwoods are the trees that are going to be more readily sprouting from a cut stump. The idea of coppice with standards is that you would have a multiple age forest here, versus the clear cut where we're going to have a single age forest because all the trees are going to generate at the same time. Here the trees, all that are being left for the next cutting rotation, will be marked in the yellow rings we hear. They're all numbered, and the diameters were taken, the heights and the amount of products are in there have been noted, and the species. Smaller trees here are going to be what's going to be growing into the next standards. So the smaller trees are selected as to the species, the quality of the stem, and the availability to respond to sunlight so they can grow. And the idea of this type of management was that you producing forest products throughout the whole cycle of the stand. There's going to be an occasional tree removed that's going to create a saw timber or saw log for lumber. Then there's going to be a number of trees that are going to be removed that are going to be smaller in diameter, which will create firewood. In Europe, there was other products they got out of smaller trees, posts for fencing, poles for building construction, and such. So this idea is that the stand or the area is going to be an uneven aged forest with multiple diameters, and you're going to be coming in here probably on a 10 to 15 year cycle to do the thinnings and remove another standard and then replace that with a newer tree.